I just realized this is an all black author haul. I did not intend for it to be that way. That's just how it turned out. So here you go. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by. If you're new, my name is LaPortia and I am your favorite bookish homebody. So today I'm sharing some new books that I got. I actually got them a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't opened them because I wanted to open them on camera and show y'all what I got. Some of them are book talk popular books. Well, I think one of them. I don't really remember what I got. So we're gonna see together. But one of them I do know came out recently. So let's get into it. Let's see. I'm gonna open this one first. I feel like it got like one book in it, so. This is The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. And this is the one that I was talking about, that I mentioned, that just came out not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I've seen this one a couple of times on Instagram. And the first thing that caught me was obviously the cover. Yeah, and then I read the synopsis, summary, whatever you want to call it. I read that and it seemed interesting to me. And if you haven't seen this book or heard of this book, I'm gonna go ahead and read it just so you can get an idea of what it's about and if it's something that you would want to read. In 1972, when workers in Pottstown, Pennsylvania were digging the foundations for a new housing development, the last thing they expected to uncover was a human skeleton. Who the skeleton was and how it got buried there were just two of the long-held secrets that had been kept for decades by the residents of Chicken Hill, the dilapidated neighborhood where immigrant Jews and African Americans lived side by side, sharing ambitions and sorrows. Chicken Hill was where Moshe and Chona Ludlow lived when Chona ran the Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, which served the neighborhood's quirky collection of blacks and European immigrants, helped by her husband Moshe, a Romanian-born theater owner who integrated the town's first dance hall. When the state came looking for a deaf black child, claiming that the boy needed to be institutionalized, Chicken Hill's residents, roused by Chona's kindness and courage of a black local worker named Nate Timblin, banded together to keep the boy safe. As the novel unfolds, it becomes clear how much the people of Chicken Hill have to struggle to survive at the margins of white Christian America and how damaging bigotry, hypocrisy, and deceit can be to a community. When the truth is revealed about the skeleton, the boy, and the part the town's establishment played in both, McBride shows that it is love and community, heaven and earth, that ultimately sustains us. Bringing his masterful storytelling skills and his deep faith in humanity to the Heaven and Earth Grocery Store, James McBride has written a novel as compassionate as Deacon King Kong and as inventive as the good Lord Bird. I don't think I've ever read any books by James McBride, so this will be my first. It sounds like it's going to be pretty good to me. It sounds like a mystery type book that deals with obviously real world situations. So I'm super excited to read this. Let me know if you've read it or if you read any of James McBride's books. Like I said, this will be my first, so we'll see how I like it. Now let's open the last box. It should have a few books in this one. So of course y'all can see this one is, I believe it's pronounced Mame. I've seen this one all over Instagram, all over TikTok, and a lot of people said that it was really, really good. And if you haven't heard about this one, I'm going to read this one as well so you can get a feel and decide if it's for you. It says, Mame has many meanings in Twi, but in my case it means woman. It's fair to say that Maddie's life in London is far from rewarding, with a mother who spends most of her time in Ghana, yet still somehow managed to be overbearing. Maddie is the primary caretaker for her father, who suffers from advanced stage Parkinson's. At work, her boss is a nightmare, and Maddie is tired of always being the only black person in every meeting. Who can relate? When her mom returns from her latest trip to Ghana, Maddie leaps at the chance to get out of the family home and finally start living. A self-acknowledged late bloomer, she's ready to experience some important firsts. She finds a flat share, says yes to after-work drinks, pushes for more recognition in her career, and throws herself into the bewildering world of internet dating. But it's not long before tragedy strikes, forcing Maddie to force the true nature of her unconventional family and the perils and rewards of putting her heart on the line. Smart, funny, and deeply affecting, Ma May deals with the themes of our time with humor and poignancy. From familial duty and racism to female pleasure, the complexity of love, and the life-saving power of friendship. Most important, it explores what it feels like to be torn between two homes and cultures, and it celebrates finally being able to find where you belong. Oh, wow. I don't know why it hit different now. I guess because I'm coming to some self-actualizations or realizations of my own. So, I don't know. It just hit a little different reading it today. I feel like this is a good pickup. And I saw a lot of people on Book Talk say that it's kind of like a coming of age novel. And as of right now, I can feel that. Like, even though I'm 37, yes, y'all, I'm 37. I kind of feel like I'm finally starting to come into myself at 37. So I'm excited to read this. Let me know down below if you've read this one and if you liked it. Don't give me no spoilers though. Just let me know if you liked it without giving me any spoilers, okay?
Okay, because I thought
I thought I was missing something. I was about to say, hold on, Amazon. But here's another one. It's called The Wife Before by Shanora Williams. And again, I've never read anything by Shanora Williams, so this will be my first. It says, Samira Wilder has never had it easy, and when her latest lousy job goes south, things only promise to get harder until she unexpectedly meets a man who will change her life forever. Renowned pro golfer Roland Graham is wealthy, handsome, and caring, and Samira is dazzled. Best of all, he seems to understand her better than anyone ever has. And though their relationship moves a bit fast, when Roland proposes, Samira accepts. She even agrees to relocate to his secluded Colorado mansion. After all, there's nothing to keep her in Miami, and the mansion clearly makes him happy. Soon they are married amid a media firestorm, and Samira can't wait to make a fresh start as the second Mrs. Graham. Samira settles into the mansion, blissfully happy, until she discovers long-hidden journals belonging to Roland's late wife, Melanie, who died in a tragic accident. With each dusty page, Samira comes to realize that perhaps it was no accident at all, that perhaps her perfect husband is not as perfect as she thought. Even as her trust in Roland begins to dwindle and a shadow falls over her marriage, and she begins to fear for her own life, Samira is determined to uncover the truth of Melanie's troubled last days. But even good wives should know that the truth is not always what it seems. This is giving Verity vibes by Colleen Hoover, with the whole journal thing and reading, you know, the previous wives' thoughts and life experiences or whatever. That's what this is giving. So this is basically a thriller, which y'all know I love a thriller. So I'm excited to read this one. But yeah, it's giving Verity vibes. If you've ever read Verity, and Verity had a really crazy twist, but that's the vibes this is giving me, and I believe this is why I picked it up, because I did like Verity. So let me know if you've read this one or anything else by Shanora Williams. Next up is Memphis by Tara M Stringfellow. Again, this is another one that caught me with the cover. I love this cover. And again, I've never read anything by Tara Stringfellow. Summer 1995, 10-year-old Joan, her mother, and her younger sister drive hundreds of miles across the heart of the country seeking refuge from her father's explosive temper. But when they finally arrive in Memphis at the majestic home built by Joan's grandfather years ago in the historic black neighborhood of Douglas, it's not the easy sanctuary they'd hoped for. Though family secrets cast a long shadow, Joan tries to settle into her new life. She finds her voice in artwork, sketching portraits of her Memphis community, including her enigmatic neighbor, Miss Dawn, whose stories about the past help Joan to see how her passion, imagination, and relentless hope are, in fact, the continuation of a long tradition. As she grows up, Joan begins to understand that her mother's mother, and the mothers before them persevered, made impossible choices, and put their dreams on hold so that her life would not have to be defined by loss and anger, that the sole instrument she needs for her healing is her paintbrush. Unfolding over 70 years through a chorus of unforgettable voices that move back and forth in time, Memphis is a fiercely American story celebrating the full complexity of what we pass down in a family and as a country. Brutality and justice, anger and forgiveness, sacrifice and love. This sounds like a good one. Like I said, I love books that go back in the day, and this is like 95, and I was 9. So and obviously this is her first book. It says a spellbinding debut tracing 3 generations of a Southern Black family and one daughter's discovery that she has the power to change their legacy. And I feel that. Okay, so this is her first book and I'm hoping it's good. This is another one I think I saw on Book Talk and Instagram. So yeah, let me know if you read this. No spoilers. And lastly, I Almost Forgot About You by Terry McMillan. And of course, Miss McMillan wrote How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Waiting to Exhale, and all these other beautiful Black stories that people of my age and older have experienced. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I know I have read a book by her. I don't remember which one it was. It was the Waiting to Exhale follow-up. I don't think I've ever read Waiting to Exhale, but I saw the movie, so I thought I knew it all. But then I read the follow-up to that. I don't remember the name of the book, but I'll put it on the screen when I find it. But I'm excited to read this because I feel like I'm finally at the age of Miss McMillan's characters, so I can, you know, understand what they're going through. I can feel what they're going through. I can relate to what they're going through. So it says, Dr. Georgia Young's great friends, family, and successful career aren't enough to keep her from feeling stuck and restless. When she decides to make some major changes in her life, she finds herself on a wild journey that may or may not include a second chance at love. Big-hearted, genuine, and universal, I Almost Forgot About You shows what can happen when you take a chance and open yourself up to life, love, and new possibilities. Like I said, I feel like I can relate to this. Because like I also said, I'm 37 and I feel like I'm finally starting to come into myself. Not the self that other people think I should be, but me, like the real me. So I'm excited to read this. Yeah. So y'all, here's my little book haul. It's not a lot. And to be honest, I won't be buying $200, $300, $400 worth of books just for a haul like a lot of booktubers do. That's not gonna be me. That's not gonna be your girl. Okay, if I can't find a book at the library, or if it's got like a long hold list, or if I can't find it on my Kindle, then I'll buy it and then y'all will see the actual physical book. Or if it's something that I read on my Kindle or at the library that I really loved and I want to add it to my library to go back and read at a later date, then y'all will see it. But I'm not about to be one of them that's just always buying books, unless I can get them for a deal, like on sale or second hand, but still in pretty good condition, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you read any of these books and what you thought about them. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on my personal page as well as my book page if you want. It's up to you. This is all for fun, so no pressure. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found something else that you may want to read, and I will see you in my next one.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.